business model canvas. So as you'll see, stepping back from a business model canvas, it's really a whole look at your entire business. I won't go into too much detail. There are other videos that explain why you should do a business model canvas. So today I'm really going to focus on how to fill one in. So taking you through the steps to fill one in. Now, the first two steps within a business model canvas are the customer segments, so understanding who you're creating your value for, and then your value proposition, so how you plan on providing the value to your customers, how are you going to overcome their pains and gains. To get right down into the detail of these, the recommended course of action is to look at doing a value proposition first. If you haven't done a value proposition canvas first, you can still look at this from a customer segments point of view, but it is definitely recommended to start with the value proposition because you do go right down into a lower level of information around who is your customer, how are you serving them, and what is the features of your service or your products or your business that need to be in place to serve them. The other side of the coin is then once you understand your value proposition and who your customers are, how you relate those to each other is through channels and the customer relationships. Then you're looking at the kind of back of house elements of your business model. So your resources, the activities that your resources are going to need to do, and who are the partners, the agencies, etc. that you're going to have to, and suppliers that you're going to have to bring in to make this all work. Underlying your business model, once you understand sort of how you're going to serve your customers, why you're going to serve your customers, and who's going to do the work, it's looking at the cost and the revenue. So understanding what are the costs from this side of the board, understanding what the potential revenue streams are from this side of the board. So the idea with the business model is to iterate through it. So you do a version of it, you put some assumptions down, and then you test and learn. So a business model should never be complete. Once you put a business out into the ecosystem that you exist in, competition, changing customer needs, changing suppliers will always be evolving. So your business model will always be evolving. This process is about putting it down on paper and seeing if you can derive more insight from comparing the components to each other, and then putting a list of assumptions that you need to test to then continue to enhance your business model. So, without any further ado, let's jump into it section by section. So, customer segments. Within customer segments, we want to really detail out for whom are we creating the value and who are our most important customers. So there are five types of customer segments or markets that you generally play in, and you might play in a combination of these as a business. And just to explain those, so mass market is going out to an entire market with a very similar value proposition. So, for example, the white goods market is very similar needs across the entire board. So, if you were going to be putting together a business to create a new white goods product, then that would be considered a mass market customer segment. Whereas if you were looking at a niche market, you might say niche market is breaking down your market into a smaller component and looking at some of the psychometrics, behavioral or different characteristics of that market and trying to narrow down to just one or two of those. So a niche market, for example, might be targeting animal owners. Now, segmented. Segmented is taking a mass market and breaking it down by some data points and potentially hitting one or more segments, but just attaching different value propositions to those segments. So you might have a mass market play of selling white goods to the mass market, but you might approach your female segment different to your male segment. So you might actually have slightly different value propositions for male versus female. You might try and sell more lawnmowers to a male group, and you might sell more refrigerators to a female group, as an example. So that's segmentation. Okay, so diversified. So diversified is taking an existing business model and then changing your value proposition multi-sided market is where you serve two distinct customer segments. So there might be different niches or segments, or one could be mass market, another one could be segmented. But you're looking at helping them with two different sets of pains and gains and combining them together as a service, or providing a product that provides a service. Now, an example of a multi-sided platform is Airbnb. So Airbnb caters to people that have a home that they're looking to rent out, or a house or an apartment or a holiday home. And it also looks to cater to travelers who are looking for a place to stay. So that's a multi-sided market or a multi-sided platform customer segment. So then, as I said, with understanding who your customer is really a good step after this. So there are a lot of tools out there. First one I recommend is getting into a value proposition canvas. The other one you might want to do is, if you're really trying to get to know your customer a bit more, is going through an empathy mapping process. So there are videos out there around that one as well. I will post one up later. So and as part of doing that, understanding who we're creating, we're trying to find out who are our most important customers and what is the most important thing to them. So what are their pains, what are their gains? So listing those out, understanding realistically what jobs are they trying to do in their life, and what are their pains and their gains that are relevant to you, your business, and to your opportunity. Okay, so once you've filled that out, and it depends how you want to fill this out. You can put it as post-it notes, you can write out the text, you can turn it into a lot of copy. It's completely up to you, but it's really about getting something down that means you can move through the rest of the activity with yourself or with the group of people that you're doing it with. Cool. So value proposition. So just reading through the guidance here, it's like, what value do we deliver to the customer? Which one of our customers' problems are we helping to solve? Which customer needs are we satisfying? What bundles of products and services are we offering to each customer segment? So this is really starting to put a line in the sand as to, what are the features of your service? What are the features of your products? So what are the features or services within your product, within your business? Sorry. And why are you including each one of those services and business processes, etc.? How does that relate to the problems that you've identified through going through and understanding who your customer are? What is unique about this value proposition? So why would you choose this? Why would a customer choose you over somebody else? So this is really where you start to find out what's unique about your business, your products, your services. Okay, again, post-it notes, text, it's just about getting something down on paper. So now you understand sort of your value proposition and who it's targeting. You can start to talk about, well, what are your channels? So what channels are you going to approach a customer through? Now, there are channels have 5 distinct phases. So whenever you're talking about selling a product, there are 5 distinct phases, and they are awareness, so making your customers aware of your business, making them aware of your products and services. Evaluation, so allowing a customer, giving them enough information, allowing them to try something, allowing them to see something, so they can evaluate it. The purchase, so how are they going to purchase, whether it's online or in face-to-face. The delivery, so once you've got a product or service, how is the value delivered to them? And then service, so after-sales service. So once you've made the sale, how can the customer ask more questions? How can they service? If there's a problem, what can they do? So if you think about those 5 phases that a customer has to go through with value delivery as part of a product system, and you can start to talk about and think about what are the different channels for each one of those. So your awareness might be just through word of mouth. It might be through online marketing. It might be through doing video tutorials and vlogs. It might be about social media marketing. It might be about traditional print and radio ads. So just like where are you going to reach your customer? And so if you've gone through your customer segments, you should be able to draw a line in the sand and say, what are the most effective awareness channels that I should be able to approach my customer from? Same with evaluation. So how much of a pain is my problem? Is my customer going to need to have a very long evaluation? relationship does each of our customer segments expect us to establish and maintain with them? So understanding, again, who's your customer? Do they need a lot of hand holding? Are they very high touch, or are they like hands off? So what kind of relationship are we going to have to establish with them? Which ones have we established already? So do we have existing relationships with them? So in the example of a diversified market segment approach, you might have an existing relationship with a group of people already. And with that, which ones you've got to establish. So asking yourself, is this relationship going to change? Am I going to break my relationship with them by talking about this new product or service? So just reflecting, thinking about that, putting down your notes. How costly are they? So how much cost does it? So this is where you can sort of look at the channels and you can kind of evaluate, okay, if I'm going to have direct with every one of these, is that going to cost me in time? Do I have the time to do that? And asking yourself the question, and then essentially going back to channels and adjusting the relationships and the channels until you get that right tweak between the right channel and the right level of service within that channel. And then asking yourself, how are they integrated with the rest of your business model? So if, for example, you've got a lot of agency throughout your different phases, this is the time for you to ask, well, realistically, who's going to be managing all of those agencies and how am I going to keep them on track? If it's your own, reflecting and asking if it's I'm doing everything myself, or who's going to look after the rest of my business? So this is a good time to reflect and think about that as well. Now, there are some tips here on the different types of relationships that you might have. So personal assistance, so giving one-on-one or dedicated personal assistance. Self-service, so allowing customers to self-serve through different phases of the business model or the whole thing. Automated services, so this might be when a customer does a particular activity, there's something that's automated that's triggered to make it happen. Communities where you put your customers together to help each other. Could be co-creation as well, so allowing your customers to collaborate together to create value. So an example of this might be allowing customers to co-create, co-design a widget that you sell, and once it's designed, anyone can purchase that widget. So that would be an example of a co-creation in terms of delivery. So thinking through those different elements of how the relationship is going to be established. Cool. So moving on. Now we move on to revenue. So now we've got an idea of realistically who are our customer segments, what are the value propositions, as in how overall how are we going to help them with their pains and gains, and how unique is our offering, and is the customer going to like it, and their channels and the relationships we've established. Now we should be able to get a really good idea about revenue. So asking ourselves, well, how willing are our customers to pay, and what are they willing to pay? What do they currently pay for alternatives? So do they have an alternative to the problems that they have? And asking yourself, are they paying for different things that solve the same pain? So there's an example that I used around that has been used quite widely around a large hospitality / fast food chain that's found that the pains that their customers had were filling the time whilst on a busy commute. The way that they were overcoming that pain was to buy a large size smoothie, even though one of their other pains was, I So if you're putting forward something that's going to fix all of their pains, but one of the major pains is that they're time poor, are you realistically going to get them their time, get their attention? And if they're not, then it's about looking at your value proposition, your channels, and your customer relationships again to see if you can automate or make that more streamlined. The next one is around how would they prefer to pay. So how would they prefer to part with their money or part with their time? And how much does each revenue stream contribute to your overall revenue? So if you've got, say, subscription price and you've got a per unit or per service price next to your subscription price, you might say, oh, okay, well, my subscription price is lower than my per unit, so that's my per unit's going to make me more money. But realistically, is your per unit price going to be used more than your subscription? And if you've got a busy customer and you put your value proposition together in the right way, well, it might be just that your per unit pricing is actually there more as a vanity than your subscription price, and you might make an assumption that 80% of your revenue is actually going to come from the cheaper subscription overall as a business. So these are really about analyzing your revenue streams and looking at your customer from your customer's point of view. So just some different types of revenue streams that you might have. So asset sales, so selling something. Usage fees, so you use it like a mobile phone plan, where if you like a prepaid mobile phone plan. Subscription fees, so subscribing to a service. Lending, renting, or leasing, so Airbnb, for example. Licensing, so if you're licensing IP or something like that. Brokerage fees, so if you're a marketplace provider, you might be charging brokerage fees. Or advertising, so you might be charging for advertising on your business. And just another way to sort of break down and calculate some of your different pricing mechanisms. So you've got fixed pricing styles, which is like list price, your product feature dependent, customer segment dependent, or volume dependent. So you might have fixed pricing that is calculated based on one of these four, or a couple of these different four components that help you sort of analyze and think about your fixed pricing and come up with a different way of doing it. You've got dynamic pricing as well, so looking at pricing that you might have, say, on a subscription. Your subscription price might change based on your usage. And to come to those dynamic pricing equations, you might have a negotiation. So large corporates might have a dynamic usage pricing and then negotiate on the amount that it costs per unit that is used. Yield management, so managing the yield, so managing like how much of that you use and having sort of tiers, etc. Real-time markets, so the pricing might actually be controlled by something outside of the business and the customer's powers. It's based on what's in the market. Or auctions, so bidding on particular units that you sell. So a couple of different ways you can break up your pricing and have a bit of a think about it. Come up, potentially validate that none of these other ones work, you've got the right one, or come up with some other ideas as to how to put together your revenue streams that might work for your customer segments and your value proposition. Now remember, business model canvas, at this point I need to point this out, business model canvas is A, a point in time, and B, theoretical, and C, based on assumptions. The whole idea of this at this point is to put down your assumptions. You need to go and validate your assumptions once you've got them. You can essentially get to this point once you've got these first five and start doing your research or start redoing your research to go out and validate, is your new value proposition going to work? Have you got the right customer segment, the channels, customer relationships, are they the right one, and are they willing to pay? This is where you should stop and do your assessment of the market or reassessment of the market. So assuming you're happy, you've got this kind of product market fit, you've got a good idea of what product market fit looks like, you know that there's a gap in the market, and you know there is a market in the gap. To throw in another one of the analogies, once you've gotten to that point, you've validated, you can move on to your next step, which is to understand what resources you're going to need to support your value proposition and your new product, service, or business. So the key resources that you need to support your distribution production channels, your relationships, and your revenue streams. So this is things about your fixed costs and your fixed costs and your variable costs. Some different kind of ways to categorize these could be the physical things. So if you're buying products, what are they? Where are you getting them from? How much they cost? How easy are they to get? Intellectual, do you need a particular IP? Do you need to hire some sort of a consultant to help you with the establishment? Do you need legal? Do you need accounting? Do you need financial advice? Intellectual can also mean the use of, say, subscription platforms that do a particular part of your value delivery, like a project management tool or a website tool or something like that. The human elements, so who are going to run your systems, who are going to run your value proposition, your business model, what do those human resources look like? Asking yourself at a high level, what does a team look like? What does my partners look like? What does my agencies look like in this question here? And then financials, so understanding how much are you going to need upfront, how much you're going to need ongoing, realistically to pay for all of your other resources. What financial resources are you going to need to support your resources? Then the activities. So you can't understand what are the resources at a point in time. Then you need to sort of outline, well, what are the key activities? What are the key processes that I need to do to maintain my business? So this is talking about creating the value initially, then taking you through the channels, and then maintaining the customer relationships, and then collecting your revenue. So what are the key resources going to be doing? What's the different activities? What are the automated systems, etc. So that's key activities. Some of the other kind of ways to break this down could be looking at what do you do for production? So what do you do for problem solving when problems come up? And what do you do for platform and network? Also, what do you do for sales and service? What are you doing for financial? What are you doing for general management? So if you've got an established business, this is not a hard task to sort of say what's going to have to change in this point. If this is a totally new business, you might take a little bit more time to define out what the processes are. You might find that key activities brings you unstuck if you realize that there's an activity you need to do that takes you a lot longer than you expected to deliver the value proposition. So take a bit of time to think about this one. So last on the left-hand side over here is your key partnerships. So who are your key partners, your suppliers, the resources you're going to acquire from the partners, and the activities that the partners will perform. So taking a lot of the thought that you had from the activities and sort of saying, okay, well, maybe some of these I can't do myself. Maybe I need to outsource them. So this is where you're looking at agencies, partners, suppliers to bring them in. If you can't produce a product yourself, who can you get to produce it? And what are the activities that they're going to do, and how are you going to manage them? So there's also a bit of a prompt to help you with thinking about the usefulness of partnerships is the motivations behind them. So optimization and economy of scale is one reason that you might want to have a key partner. You might want to seek partners rather than trying to do it yourself. Reduction of risk. So by delegating something out, a particular key component of your business, and putting a partner under the pump, you're actually delegating that risk off to them. And the marketing, on how you do your business, and it's all about driving more value to your users and to your customers in order to do things like take over a particular market. Now, you might start off with a cost-driven, they call that bootstrapping. You might start off with a cost-driven business model to go cost, but at a certain point when you need to expand, you may need to pivot over to a value-driven. So this is the point where you can outline that. Vice versa, you might actually start off with a value-driven to go really hard to take a market with the goal or the strategy to pivot towards a cost-driven. So your cost structure, outlining what is your strategy here around cost structure and why you've done that, that's a very important part of this component. And then within each of the cost structures, it's really just about breaking down what are your fixed costs, variable costs that you've got. So fixed costs might be, say, you've got an office, that's a fixed cost because it doesn't change whether you go up or down. But your variable costs might be usage of a subscription that is one of your partners or your resources might go up or down based on how many customers you've got. Now, the other one is economies of scale. So outlining what economies of scale will you get. So this is where you can start to put down some of the metrics. So if I hit a particular number of subscriptions on my software, then I no longer pay. So it becomes, my economies of scale will be reached when I get to that point. Economies of scope is kind of similar to scale, but economies of scope might be that you onboard an initial customer segment. That customer segment is a niche, but once you nail that niche, you know that once you nail that niche and you've got enough referrals going on, that you can easily turn on the rest of the mass market. So that would be your economies of scope. So just really outlining what costs you are taking into your business to try and achieve those economies of scale or those economies of scope. It's important to really list those out here. Then, once you've done that, you can step back from your business model, canvas, and you can go realistically reflect on it. Do I have a business or not? And if you think that you have a business, now you should have a pretty decent idea about what are all of your assumptions. And to validate with your market, it's about asking questions around the biggest assumptions. So saying how many of these things that I put in the first, second, third, fourth to start with, going out to your market and trying to validate your customers' needs, their pains and wants, validating whether they even they like the way that you have designed your value proposition, and then talking to them about how they like to be treated, what channels they try to use, and then if you've got sort of the time, you can go onto it, or you've got the chance, asking them about how much they are willing to pay. So that's validation number one. Now you might want to pivot your whole business model on this. You might want to pivot just your value proposition on this. And by pivot I mean change direction or change and tweak some things. Once you kind of get a good idea about what this is and it seems pretty comfortable and there's many approaches to go through, but at a high level it's about comfort as you as an entrepreneur, as the business owner, as the leader. Once you're comfortable with these, making sure testing these out, so understanding what the market's doing, understanding what the resources, the activities are, starting to bed these down and your cost structure, and really trying to do some of your numbers, so understanding, is there really a business model in this? If I land this, if once you get to that point, if you've already started on some of this market validation stuff, you probably have some momentum and you might have even